This is a piece of dead coral. It's bleached white because of warming sea temperatures caused by human-induced climate change. Indeed, around half the coral reefs in the world are bleached just like this, with little hope of recovery. The global ocean has gone from wild, infinite, and full to limited, finite, and full of garbage. It's oily, it's hot, it's acidic, it's plastic. Indeed, humans have had such an impact on the ocean that we have fundamentally altered the genetic structure of many marine species. But why does this matter? Well, the ocean feeds us, provides most of the oxygen we breathe. It helps regulate our climate. It helps us find treatments for disease. The ocean matters. We have a limited amount of time to anticipate this changing ocean, to prepare for a lot of surprises and to act. But I just want you to take a second to think about 50 years ago. What was then seen to be impossible or unimaginable? And then think about 50 years in the future. How do we anticipate what could be a radically different world? So how do we start to answer that question? I want to introduce radical ocean futures. So at heart, this is a compelling set of provocations to think differently about the future. We applied a method called science fiction prototyping to actually develop these narrative scenarios of the future ocean. Each of these or together, they're built on hundreds of scientific papers that forms the scientific evidence base for these scenarios. But we formed them into narratives to give distinct, compelling pictures about the future. The first one here this is Astrid. She's a seafood CEO who helped to transform the food system and privatize global food security through farming jellyfish deserts. We have The Rime of the Last Fisherman, and this, Alejandro shares how he sort of witnessed the oceanic death spiral, which humanity's failed to avoid. In this story, Fundama reports on how a group of Pacific Island nations came together and were able to survive several meters of sea level rise, but not only survive, but reinvent their civilization under the waves. And finally, Michelle, in this final story, she talks about how humanity, in combination with artificial intelligence and science, were able to come together with the help of robotics to actually reinvigorate these ecosystems and come up with a future where we have thriving coral ecosystems. So radical ocean futures really sort of helped us to draw these compelling pictures and create a tapestry of the future, which allowed us to sort of engage and stimulate and simulate what that future might be. Did this project have impact? Yes, we were fortunate enough to actually be able to present this project at the first ever UN Oceans Conference in 2017, and we even got a chance to talk about the future ocean with the President of the General Assembly. We were also able to connect across broad audiences. We published in Wired and was able to connect science fiction, nerd and geek culture, and the future ocean. And we were in an editorial in Nature, which sort of encouraged scientists to be able to learn to tell science stories. And more importantly, or perhaps really humbling, was we were also able to have an emotional impact. One user on Reddit said that they went and read Rime of the Last Fisherman, and they said that it almost made them cry because they connected to it. So unless somebody has any questions, I would like to share 3 learnings from the project. First, I want to say that combining or using storytelling and authentic artistic expression in scientific scenarios can really make sure that they actually have an impact and give people an entry point to the science, which is otherwise very, very inscrutable. And it also allows, by using this compelling artwork, to cut through a lot of the noise that exists. You have to use imagery and art that people find exciting and is not just functional. Please.
I have not yet understood clearly how the visitors interact with this.
Sure. So it's a website and it's also a physical exhibition. So it has a number of different forms where we can connect it to different audiences. And finally, scientists from different fields are starting to use this themselves to engage in conversations about the future ocean. Thank you.